And now, broadcasting live from the Darkroom studio at Craven Community College, it's In the Know.
Hey everybody, welcome to In the Know. It's our first show of 2023. I'm so excited to be here. I am one of your hosts here for the show. I am Craig Ramey, but I don't do this show by myself. I got a pal over here next to me. Who is it?
Well, good morning, everybody. Megan Johnson. I'm so glad. Today is January 11th, and it's our 35th episode here in the studio.
Here in the studio.
Here in the studio.
So season 3, I believe we're in. So we're official now. We're in syndication.
We're in syndication. And reruns. You can go, you can find us on reruns, right?
You
all the
can.
time.
Yeah. We are on reruns on YouTube and on Facebook. Yeah.
Yes. And on our website.
Yes.
The Craven Community College website. So again, welcome to In the Know podcast here in the Darkroom studio. But we couldn't do this without the folks on the other side of this glass in our green room.
We got some friends in the booth. Who's in there?
So there is Miss Zanetta. Hello. And we also have Eli. Hello.
Eli looks pretty happy in there today.
Looks like you got a bowl of snacks over there too, Eli. Is that a bowl of snacks? Ooh.
An empty bowl.
Empty bowl.
Oh.
And we're going to be talking about empty bowls later.
That's right. So just as a little teaser, if you didn't see in the post, we do have some guests here today. We'll be talking about empty bowls. We've got John Berger here from the Craven Arts Council and Gallery, and we have Debra Schaefer here from Accidental Artists. So they'll be talking with us in just a little bit.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yes, very good. So it being the first show of the new year, I decided, I don't know if it shows up on camera, but I wore sparkle. Can you see my sparkles?
Is this your New Year's Eve celebration outfit?
Well, seeing as how I was at home for New Year's Eve.
I was too. I decided to not really go out this year.
Yeah, I fell asleep. You know, the household had the COVID, so yeah, there was not much playing. it was out. So
you
yes.
didn't even make it to midnight?
No.
Okay.
No, absolutely not.
I did.
Because if I had, then I would have watched the ECU Bowl too. Remember, because they were playing up until midnight.
That would have been much cooler than what I watched.
And I tried. I really did try, but I did not. So.
Yeah, I didn't watch that. I watched Gladiator because Netflix keeps telling me I need to watch it. So I was like, fine, Netflix, I will watch it.
It was playing on Lifetime.
Yeah.
I think.
Gladiator's a Lifetime movie now. I love it.
I know. Well, it was one of those like off cable channels. I don't know, but I saw it several times, and then I fell asleep at the end, and then I said, "Oh, it came back on. Let me rewatch it. Here we go with the second day, right? Trying to do it again. Why the push for Gladiator? Because I did hear on the radio that they're talking about doing a sequel.
I think they're making a sequel. Yes.
So,
spoiler alert! I thought he died at the end. So.
Well, or they led us to think that.
I guess that's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for Russell Crowe then. Yeah, but I watched that, and then I watched the Miley and Dolly Parton countdown. Did you watch that? That was awful.
I did. I watched the trailers for it, and I think I happened to be flipping through the channels, and I saw a little blip of it too. So, but no, I did not.
Yeah, I did.
And you regret it?
I do. You know, the part that I regret the most is David Byrne was one of the musical guests. And to see David Byrne do a duet with Miley Cyrus just made me sad. The two didn't seem to fit together for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to say. Who's this David person?
Who's David Byrne?
Yeah.
He's the founder of the Talking Heads. Do you know who the Talking Heads are?
I know of them, but no, I would not have put two and two together.
That's fine.
I'm sure there were other people that didn't do that either.
Just curious, Zanetta, do you know who David Byrne is?
I don't. My apologies.
She does not. That's okay. And Eli, how about you? No. Okay, just me then. Okay.
Maybe.
I
Maybe
think
one of our guests.
Yeah. Okay. Let's make sure we bring our guests into the table now, just so I'm not alone here on this. Who else at the table knows who David Byrne is?
I know who David Byrne is. Talking Heads were big.
Yeah.
It was a while ago, but
it was. Yeah. I mean, they first started
90s?
taking off. Well, they had a resurgence in the 90s, but it
Yeah.
was really the late 70s. They were
Okay.
part of the CBGB scene in New York, and yeah, so they've been around for a bit. Yeah, Psycho Killer. I know you know that song. Yes, you do.
Just don't make me sing it.
Well, if anybody is watching the live stream, please chime in here and make me not
David
feel
Byrne's
like I don't know what
watching.
I'm talking about. David Byrne is watching. He's our biggest fan. Didn't you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll tag him.
You've tuned me out. All right, go ahead.
No.
Tell me the date and what's going on today.
I did. It's January 11th.
Yep.
Yes. And what's going on? I mean, like what's the day of?
There's a special day today, right?
There is a special day.
And what's
Ready?
today's special
Well,
day?
it doesn't really fit for our weather. So
Okay.
it's a weather-related day. And I do love the title, though. You ready for it? Let me find the right page. National Step in a Puddle and Splash Your Friend Day.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Doesn't that sound fun?
It does, unless you're the friend being splashed. I mean,
Well, unless you
everybody
like to
wants
be
to be the
splashed.
person jumping in the puddle, not the one being splashed, right?
Yes. And hopefully we'll be able to add to our feed. I sent you a link. There's this 2.5-minute video called The Puddle Song, and there's no lyrics, and it's very artsy. It's very kind of like some student used their iPhone to kind of create it, but it's really, really cute. It just makes you kind of think,
Okay.
so the next time you see a puddle, what's it going to sound like? So check it out.
All right.
So check
Maybe
out that
we'll put a
link.
link to that video
Yes.
in the comments.
So
Have you ever jumped in a puddle to splash somebody else? This seems like a very
So,
unique experience.
when my kids were little, especially when Bree was little, they all had garden boots, and I had a pair also. So when it finished raining, or if there wasn't any thunder and lightning or whatever, we'd go out and we'd splash in them.
Okay.
But as a kid, because our house was the third one on the street and it was at the top of the hill, we used to go out because we had gutters, like true gutters, and we would go out and the rain would pour down the street and we'd stand in the gutter and let it roll over our feet, like make waterfalls. It was really fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So, and we had a creek in our backyard, so we'd go stomp in the creek and all that kind of fun stuff. So, what should you wear when you go splash in a puddle other than bare feet? What would be the best?
I would assume some sort of rain boots.
Yeah, what do you call them?
Galoshes?
Galoshes.
Yeah.
That's a fun word to say, isn't it? So that's the recommended word.
Let me hear you say it again.
Galoshes.
Galoshes.
It's
Okay,
fun
yeah.
to say.
Okay.
Any waterproof boot will be just fine, but to protect past your shin, and it'll protect your feet from getting a good soaking. Because when you splash, it's going to go.
I assume if you're in for a penny, you're in for a pound. Take the galoshes off, get your feet muddy and dirty, right?
That's
Yeah,
what Eli
Deborah's with me
says.
on
Look,
this, yeah.
He likes that idea.
Yeah, if you're going to splash in a puddle, take your shoes off.
Well, that's what I said. If you don't go barefoot,
Yeah.
you need galoshes.
You don't need galoshes?
No, if you don't go barefoot, you need galoshes. You don't want to wear your sneakers because then you're squishing the rest of the day.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Okay. So, who would be your bestie that you'd go splash in a puddle with?
Well, you, of course.
Would you?
Let's go splash puddles.
Okay. I'm going to have to take my shoes off because these are my good sandals. Yeah, I am wearing
and I would
sandals in
definitely go
January.
barefoot.
Isn't that weird? Speaking of which. So, it's a nice, beautiful day out. No rain. So, and I'm wearing sandals.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, let's introduce our friends at the end of the table. And then I'll tell you the other national day of, because there was a spoiler alert right before we went on the air. John
That's how it always happens.
dropped the bomb.
Sorry.
It was like telepathy.
Yeah.
So you want to do the honors?
Yeah, so our guests today on the show, welcome. We've got Jonathan Berger, who's the director, right,
Yeah, exactly.
Craven Arts Council and Gallery, and we have Debra Schaefer from Accidental Artists. So welcome to the show.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you
Yeah,
guys
thank
for
you.
being here.
Yeah, so y'all are here. You want to talk about a few things, but empty bowls is really the main thing we want to make sure we let people know about. So just kind of for anybody who's never even heard of empty bowls or what it is, give us kind of an overview of what it is.
Yeah, so Empty Bowls is actually a national movement, but each event is organized at a local level, and it benefits generally food security and sometimes arts organizations. Here in New Bern, ours is organized by Religious Community Services, RCS, and the Craven Arts Council. We operate it jointly, and we do a couple events. The way it works, the main event, you come in, you have a ticket, and you get to claim a handmade bowl, or nowadays we've added some other handmade quilted items and wooden items as well. And then you get to go into the gymnasium and you can get 2 bowls of soup made by local restaurants, church groups, community groups, high schools, that sort of thing.
Is this gymnasium at New Bern High School? Or
It's
where is
actually at a Temple Baptist Church.
Okay, cool,
so-
okay, gotcha.
Or Temple Church, sorry.
Yeah,
That's what
okay.
Yeah.
So
Have you not been before?
I have not.
Oh,
No.
I have been several
Man.
times.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. In fact, Zanetta will share, she has also been, and she actually brought her bowls in that she went there. So now you don't actually eat your soup in these bowls.
Oh, you
get,
don't?
With your
Okay.
tickets, you get to go pick out a bowl, and then, and I'm sorry, I'm probably jumping into your
No,
stuff,
it's all right.
but this is the fun part. And so you can also, like we were doing before, you can kind of turn it over, and some of the local artists have signed it. So if you like their collection, you can start adding every year.
Okay.
Or you can buy more than one ticket, and then you can not only get more bowls, but you also get more soup.
Okay.
So because there's always a lot of different, like you said, tables with different restaurants and whatnot, and the high school, New Bern High Schools are usually there as well, and you get to go and sample and try them. So it's
Very cool.
fun. Yeah.
We usually have between 30 and 40 soups, so there's a lot of variety. Chelsea's there, a lot of the restaurants are there, but also a lot of the local church groups come and make. There's one lady, I cannot remember her name, but every year she brings a Thai-inspired soup and some
Lumpia.
Yes.
It's delicious.
Okay.
That's good because you get the lumpia if you get her soup, so that's always a plus.
And are these donated soups?
They're
So everybody donates, and are the bowls donated as well?
They are, yeah. We've got lots of local potters, local craftsmen that do it, but we also have over at Accidental Artists. Lots of local community members make them, so they can go in. And you want to talk about it?
Yeah.
And how
So
it
the
works?
way what we offer is for people who are not professional artists, they can come in, and we have the bowls pre-made that people can just decorate.
Okay.
So you just can paint it with various paints and glazes. And
So were these bowls made from the same similar mold that you have over there that looked like that before when they
right,
started?
so we have several different shapes and sizes of bowls to offer, and so you can pick out any size bowl you want. We're waiving our studio fee that we normally would charge if you donate the bowl to Empty Bowls.
Okay.
So you just purchase the bowl, we waive the studio fee, and then you donate it to Empty Bowls.
Oh, that's great. Okay, I see. So we've got paint and donate in the studio or at home, right? So,
Yeah, so you can paint in the studio,
Okay.
or we have kits that we're putting together that include the bowl and the paints and brushes. You can paint it at home, but then you do need to bring it back to the studio to get it fired.
yeah, okay.
So we fire all these in the kiln,
I'm going to reach over.
Yeah.
Grab this one.
and they're all food safe and everything, the glazes.
Yeah, they are dishwasher safe. I mean, ours get used every day, which I love. And I've got 2 bigger ones, more like your size, and then I've got a set
that
of
one?
then I've got a set of 4 like Zanettas that are almost like berry or ice cream or that kind of size. So, or I don't know. This might be your
is
size of ice cream
size. I was gonna say,
size.
this is my ice cream size.
Well, speaking, okay, so there's my segue. You ready for it?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
There's my segue.
Yeah,
Ice cream.
You're always looking for it.
Today is National Milk Day. So if you like ice cream and you like milk, this will be your, I don't know, this could be your kitty cat milk size, and then this could be your
No, that
ice
is a great ice cream bowl. Yeah.
It is a great ice cream bowl. So, but I started saying that when we first got on the air, was explaining to Debra and John that we would be having a National Day of and talking about in the beginning, and you mentioned, oh, we had one of them in the office, and you're like, yeah, it's like it could be, and you say it,
National Milk Day.
and I went, it is National Milk Day.
Yeah.
So it was like
And that's just
telepathy.
A coincidence. You didn't know that today was National
No,
Milk Day.
I don't even have the calendar anymore.
Yeah.
I think we threw it away.
So
It's the most memorable day of the year is
Right.
National
Milk
Milk
Day.
Day.
We're in it right now.
we are. We're smack in the middle of it. January 11th. Do you know why, though? They decided it was National Milk Day?
Why
It wasn't
today?
like the first time somebody milked a cow. It was, they had to come up with a reason.
111.
Is it school lunch?
No, that's
based?
a good idea.
Right.
111, play with numbers.
Yeah.
No, it actually was a dairy company in upstate New York that they said that this was the first day they started delivering milk in glass bottles.
Okay.
So like on porches and homes and stuff like that. Now, I'm not going to ask Zanetta because I know the answer is going to be no, but do you remember the days where there were milk delivered to your house?
Yeah, David Byrne was my milkman. He would come every Tuesday. And then it would be at the wrong house, and he would say, this is not your house. This is someone else's house.
You got picky. You wanted chocolate milk versus.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. How about
I
you?
remember
No,
that.
I
Do
don't
you?
remember it at all. Sorry. Yeah.
You don't?
I remember that.
You
I
do?
went to my grandmother's house, yeah.
Wow. Okay. So I did vaguely. So when we moved from California to Georgia, and we had milk that would get delivered, and it was the little wire
Right.
basket, and it
With
had
the glass
4
bottles,
glass
yep.
bottles in it. And then when you were done, you put them on the porch, and they would pick it up on that day, and they'd replace it. So
It's porch milk.
How
See,
I-
now, if somebody were to come by and drop porch milk off at your house, you'd be very suspicious of it.
Yeah.
Right? You wouldn't drink porch milk now. It used to be something that everybody did, but, I mean, would you?
it took me a second to process porch milk.
I
So
know.
I'm sorry.
That's
That's
a
why I
great
was. Did you
phrase,
see
right?
that? Do you
Yeah.
see that glaze over my eyes? Like,
Yeah, that's okay.
what is he saying? Porch
It's,
milk.
you said they
It
put
is.
milk
They
on
put
your
it
porch. It's porch milk.
Yes. Yes. They
So
did.
would you drink it If I come by your house today and I put milk on your porch,
No, and I think
will you
it's-
drink the porch milk?
I think it's also, I like my milk really cold.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's sitting out on a porch, it's not really cold. And I got to wonder, did it spoil faster? Was it less?
It didn't seem like it.
Yeah,
Maybe the glass bottles had something to do with it.
maybe. It could have. I mean, I grew up in the South, so I mean,
But it
hot
was
in
also
Atlanta.
smaller bottles.
It was small.
Yeah.
I mean, I probably
Well,
use-
I don't need to pick it apart too much, but I would imagine that it was kept cold on the truck, and when the milkman dropped it off on your porch,
True.
likely somebody was home to be able to take the milk and bring it on inside.
yes.
It probably
And-
didn't sit on the porch all day.
and there were
Unlike the milk that I'm
probably-
going to put at your
yes.
porch will sit out all day.
It'll sit out all day.
Then you have to drink it.
That'll taste like buttermilk.
Hey,
Blah. So anyway, but
it's not National Buttermilk Day. is
Not
what you're
yet.
telling me. Okay.
that day will
tomorrow.
come.
It's
So,
tomorrow.
but anyway, yeah. So that was my. I mean, I can keep going on and tell you more about it, but plastic coated paper, like the wax things that we get in school lunches. That this guy, he actually invented it in 1932. That's kind of cool.
So you get there's a very distinct taste to drinking milk out of the middle school carton, elementary school
And
carton.
I think a lot of it's because it dripped from a leaky one, and then it got on the cardboard. So when you opened it, you got that rotten smell.
It was a very
Ugh.
distinct smell to
There
the cooler all the
is.
milk was
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
On your
Yes.
school line you got, but there was always a smell to that.
There
Like,
really
oh.
was. Yeah. We have gone down a funny rabbit hole, haven't we?
That's okay though. Let's
It
bring
is.
it back. That's not what we're here to talk about.
We want to talk about. So National Milk Day. We plan on getting your bowl. Designate your ice cream bowl for your empty bowls, or come and decorate one so they could come down and specifically do ice cream. That'd be kind of fun.
You talk about the decorating. I'm just curious because you said people can come and get kits, and people who are not, regular artists or they don't do it a lot.
Right.
Are some of these bowls on the table done by people who are just coming in for the first time, or just starting to try and figure things out, or some
Yes.
professional artists, or what do we have
We've
here?
got some done by regulars, so the more intricate ones are done by some people who come on pretty often. But
Yeah, I really like that one.
this one, for instance, that's actually painted over netting to get that design.
Oh wow!
So it looks like honeycomb, and then
Yeah.
the drips of honey, and then the bumblebees.
So we have a lot of different techniques that we
Yeah, I
teach
like
to get
that.
special effects. So you don't really have to have any talent, really. You're just painting over
That's
a
really
piece of
cool.
cloth or yarn or something like that. and-
Doily, all kinds of
Right.
stuff.
Right.
And I like the fact that this one, they're dated and initials. And this one says it's 135, number 135. Does that mean they've done 135 bowls?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a commitment.
Yeah, Mongo Man does like
Right.
100 a year or something like that.
Right. We
He's really
have a
popular.
regular customer, Richard Harper, who goes by the moniker Mongo Man.
Uh-huh.
And he comes in 3 times a week and pretty much exclusively paints for empty bowls.
No kidding.
So-
And
for,
that's a huge
like, all year,
donation, too,
or-
All
right?
year.
Okay.
Yes, and he
So-
donates all of them.
Like, he's paying to do that. So
Right.
he's giving that donation back.
It's
Right.
yeah, and he's got a really unique style with writing and
Yeah, I didn't bring one of
drawing.
his.
It's very reminiscent of the outsider art movement of the 70s and stuff. But
Okay.
Very bright colors.
Now share with me the wood palette or is it a charcuterie board?
Yeah, it's a charcuterie
Woo!
board. So
Give me
sometimes
5. I got
it. Yeah. So for years we did just bowls, like a lot of events. But we just after a few years, people were like, you have done it every year. I have 10 bowls. We're on our 12th year now. And so we started reaching out to some other groups and thinking about what else could we. Also, we ask the potters and excellent artists every year. And we try and get 1,000 items. Well, we were really tapping them out year after year asking. So we thought we'd open it up a little bit and see who else. So we have some charcuterie boards and cutting board type items that are made by local veterans.
Can I hold it?
Yeah. So
That's very pretty.
they cut it, route it, and apply the oil to it and donate it to us. So we've got several of those. We usually get the Twin Rivers Quilters Guild also does. They're like koozies that the bowl goes into, so when you microwave it, you pick it up by the cloth and it's not hot.
Oh, wow.
You know?
Okay.
Oh, I like
yeah,
that.
and I think you
I
get
want
2
one
in a
of those.
pack.
That's
So
really nice.
because
2 in a pack.
yeah, because they donate so many, we're able to those we bundle up. So if you get that instead,
Is this recycled wood?
Probably not, just because it's a cutting board. You typically wouldn't want to because the risk of
Because it has all those
something
little
happening.
Because it has all those little tiny holes in it. So
Yeah,
maybe
that's
it's just distressed.
probably bug holes, if
holes.
it's depending on the
we're
species.
not going to recycle wood for the standards, but we're getting bug holes.
Well, you cook it in the kiln, so
Yeah.
Just saying, bug holes. Oh, so you cure this in a kiln?
yeah. So most wood is dried, and some of it is air dried, but most of the wood professionally used is kiln dried, so that it reaches a certain moisture
I
level.
just learned something new.
Yeah.
But it also kills,
I'm in the know.
especially
You
if
wanna
it's a species that is prone to bugs. You always kiln dry it because you'd hate to build a piece of furniture and sell it, and then a couple months later have
Get
it fall
buggies.
apart.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
have them come out, which has happened to some woodworker friends of mine. So
Oh.
we also do wooden bowls. So shop class offers free blanks.
And tell them a little bit about shop class.
So shop class is a local makerspace that teaches woodworking and welding, some
Stained
stained
glass.
glass, some leatherworking, and we've got lots of tools there. But they have bowl blanks, and they teach turning too. So making wood turning is the process of making a bowl on a lathe. They offer blanks to wood turners, and you check out a blank, and as long as you return it, you won't be charged for as a bowl.
What's a blank?
A blank is just a chunk of wood that can be turned easily. So wood for turning typically needs to be thick, it needs to be dry, it has slightly different considerations than wood for, say, cutting boards or furniture. So a blank is just a squared off piece that's ready to be mounted up on a lathe and turned.
Does it probably start coming apart on you, right? Once you start trying to turn it?
Yeah. Well, you want it squared off or rounded off. You want it dried properly, so a lot of them come waxed because that slows the drying process. And there's other but so they offer blanks, and we've had spoons that people
Oh,
carve.
salad tongs too. I think I saw that a couple years ago.
Yeah,
Salad
like
tongs.
big salad tongs and things like that. So we get a
Don't
variety.
you need a set of salad tongs?
I do. I often will
I don't
just
have
use like the
wooden
metal
ones.
tongs, and you see I did it 3 times. I didn't
Like a Muppet.
instinctually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Click.
Click, click, click. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you have either like the pieces that were knitted around the bowls or the cutting boards, you still get the soup with those as well. That's how that works.
Yeah. So your ticket comes. I should have brought one with me, but you have a stub for pottery or handmade good. So whatever you select. So we take that stub, and then you take that ticket into the other room, and they give you 2 bowls.
They're
disposable
styrofoam bowls.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we don't, even when we just did these bowls, we didn't want people eating soup out of them and then trying to take them home.
Yeah.
So we use,
That makes sense.
yeah.
And I highly recommend you get there early. So do we know what time the doors open?
11 a.m.
Okay.
Doors will probably, 10:30 doors will open, but you won't be allowed into the selection room until 11 a.m.
I don't think we said the date yet either. So let's say that first. So
February 23rd.
okay, February
11 a.m.
23rd at Temple.
At
right?
Temple, yep.
Okay, there we go. Yeah,
All
we got
right.
it there. Yeah.
Mhm,
Okay.
mhm.
She's-
And
Yeah, she had another flyer up too.
Oh, okay.
earlier.
Sorry, missed that.
but yeah, so it'll be February 23rd at Temple. But we
Okay.
do also have our throwdown, which is Friday, which is that's to get people jazzed and excited about the event. We have 3 potters coming, and they will try and throw as many bowls as they can in an hour, hopefully 150.
Okay,
is
so that's
the
this
goal.
Friday.
Yep, this
Okay.
Friday. And we kind of went, it's Friday the 13th, so we decided the poster should be
Yeah.
a little horror themed.
Yeah, I
for
like
this
that.
year.
Yeah.
So 5:30 to 6:30, drop into the Harrison Center, which is 311 Middle Street, just a couple doors down from Bank of the Arts. And you can see they'll be, you can see them from the windows, but they'll be trying to throw 150 bowls. And then at 6:30, we'll have the Super Bowl, which is a contest between 11 schools, 10 schools, but Epiphany has a high school and middle school division. And they'll be doing a soup contest.
Okay.
So you can
Yeah, that's
sample the
great.
soups.
Okay, yeah, I see we have it up there. There's a lot
Yeah.
of schools participating in this.
Oh, yeah. There's, Epiphany, New Bern High, West Craven, Pamlico High is coming up, Havelock, and a lot of the middle schools, too. So, Havelock Middle, Tucker Creek, HJ.
So how does a student, do they know through school about this?
Mhm.
Okay.
So the schools have some culinary programs or, I guess, home ec type
Yep,
programs.
sure.
And so the teacher, we've reached out to the teachers, and they said, yeah, we'd love to do it. So they agree to come, and they bring their soup and have their whatever their recipe is, and we'll have some celebrity judges that are.
I
Very
saw
nice.
that you're going to have 3 local celebrity judges. Can you share who they are?
We'll have.
Or is it a surprise?
I can share 2, but the third one's a surprise, I believe.
Oh, like Guy
Or
Fieri
it might be
coming
a
or
surprise
something?
to
Is
me.
it Guy?
Yeah, it is.
Guy Fieri's coming. No,
It'll be a surprise to me because I haven't gotten the last email yet.
Oh.
But we will have Chris from the Chelsea and
Chris Hovland from the
and
Chelsea.
Chef Smoke from the Flame will be there.
Okay.
All right.
Great.
Yep. And the third one will be a surprise.
Ooh, surprise. I'll be a celebrity taster.
Yeah.
Yeah, if
We'll
you
call-
get stuck, call
All
me.
right. I'll give you a call. Yeah, we'll bring you in.
I mean, I'm not chef worthy, but
There's like 5 categories. I saw the scoring sheet. Was
I
like,
do
oh,
make
man,
homemade
they're
soup all
real
the time,
intense
though.
About
Wow.
this, so
I do make homemade soup all the time, though. So, you know.
Yeah.
I've actually brought it on the show before.
yeah, then they get the Super Bowl and they get to take it back to their school for a year until the next year.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, then they have to bring it back and then hand it to somebody else.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, it goes between schools.
Okay.
So.
And the fun play on words is SOUPER.
I saw that.
Yeah, Super Bowl. Super.
No, that's great. And then it would. I wonder if the winners will they be making soup that will be given away during Empty Bowls as well?
They have that option because
Yeah.
it's during the school day. We we can't really require it. We don't know
Sure.
what their schedules look like, but we do get volunteers from the schools. So Craven Early College usually comes and helps out the day of.
Okay.
Epiphany does. We've also had students from New Bern High School and stuff like that over the years, but it kind of boils down to what do their schedules look like, and things like that. But they have that option to serve it at the event.
Very cool.
I'm not sure if you mentioned this also about this about the throwdown. Is that if it's free to the public, no tickets required. But if you have your ticket already for the event on the 23rd, you can opt to go ahead and pick out, like have first dibs on a bowl and take it with you. So they'll tear that stub off. So when you get to the actual event on the 23rd, you're just going to go for the food.
Oh.
Yeah.
So that's a
Or-
great place. So you can pre-buy your ticket, pre-purchase grab your bowl.
You can
like
also
that
use
idea.
we found with COVID we had to change things up, and we actually got rid of the soup, and we did multiple nights, multiple instances of being able to get your bowl and using the rest of the coupon as a ticket. And we found that for a lot of younger working professionals, it was easier for them to claim the bowl at the throwdown and then use the coupon and instead, a $5 coupon, instead of trying to attend the event in the middle of the day, because
Sure.
it is quite crowded. So
The coupon's good at a restaurant, right?
yeah, so there are participating restaurants on the back. So if you can't go to the main event, you can still get your ticket, get your bowl in January, and then use the coupon, I think, till the end of March.
So in the beginning, you mentioned that the benefits are going to RCS. For those that don't know, that's Religious Community Services, which is located over, is it Cedar Street?
National and Guyon, that corner.
Thank you.
there.
And of course, they serve thousands in our community. I know at one point that there was east of Raleigh, they serve more hot meals than any other food bank or food service place.
Wow.
So they really are huge in our community and helping to support the needs. So that what a great thing. But then you also mentioned some of our art are going to be also beneficiaries. So can you share a little bit about that?
Yeah, so the Craven Arts Council is also a beneficiary, and we tend to put it towards our outreach and public art program. So if you've seen Unity, which is the big hands on Broad Street, excuse me, piece by piece, the sculpture on SL Revival's property with the cranes right behind Crema Brew, murals that we do, programs we do with, we operate a outreach program in Craven Terrace with the Master Gardeners, doing art and gardening together and reestablishing their community garden. So it funds the ability to do that sort of programming, to have
That's
our
awesome.
staff and artists come and things like that, and keeps our space open. But we really try and earmark the funding for this to really help stay in the community. And that's kind of the cool part with Empty Bowls, is it's national, but it's meant to be local. So the local sponsors sponsor it, the local organizations benefit. It doesn't go to a big national organization for something that you don't know. It's actually all the money stays here, which is really great.
Yeah, I think it was originally set up just to really kind of give you the toolkit of how you could raise money locally, right?
Exactly. Yeah, it was organized by, I can't remember his name, but one guy kind of did it, and then he figured out it was him and some fellow potters. It was started by potters, and they thought, this could work as a national thing, but not, it was important to him that it be for the local community, and not, he didn't want to create a huge foundation that takes money from these communities and then redistributes it, he thought we'll make it local. So that's kind of the whole mission or point behind Empty Bowls.
That's great.
So, Deborah, how many years has your shop been, Accidental Artists, been a part of this community event?
I believe since the beginning, right?
As far as I know, yeah. I've been here since 2016, and you guys were doing it then.
So what year is this that we're doing?
12th year.
12th year, okay.
Yeah, and it's nice because so many people in the community get to participate this way, even though they don't have a kiln at home, so they get to add to this event and at their own level.
And Accidental Artists' contribution is also, I mean, that's huge as well. Just having the space available, the paints, the manpower to put it in the kilns, to take them out, get them, they all get wrapped. I mean, so you guys doing that, I'm going to shout out, everybody go to Accidental Artists, go play and have fun.
Remind everybody where you're located.
We're at 219 Craven Street, right next to Mitchell's Hardware. And
across the street from Twice, it's nice. I know where that is.
And we can accommodate groups. So if you have any kind of organization that might want to participate in this as a group, you can book ahead with us, and we'll take care of that.
When my girls were younger, we used to have birthday parties there and go to birthday parties there. So that, I don't know if you still do that or not, but that was always a fun thing.
It's a good date night too. Me and my wife have gone and painted there. It was something to do after dinner or before dinner. It's a lot of fun to just pick something out.
Right, because you do pottery as well as painting, right? And
we're really just painting pottery.
Painting pottery,
so
okay,
we
gotcha.
have
Like
the
this.
preformed pottery, and then
and figurines and all that kind of fun stuff.
Mugs,
housewares, garden,
wine glasses,
Okay.
tumblers.
and holiday things. We just went through our whole Christmas season, so everybody painted their Christmas trees.
You guys have a bear, which is really cool. So it's like a
Yes.
little bear figurine, like the New Bern Bears, and you can
Paint your own, so
Paint
everybody
your
has
own.
one
Right.
at their house, right?
Yeah, it's about 7 inches tall, and it looks just like the bears out on the street.
Okay.
And
I
that's
bet you've
been
seen
really
some
fun.
really creative ideas with that, right? Everybody wants to personalize it, make it their own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I mean, and again, we've got wonderful family collections from there. As the girls got older, each holiday we would go and it was an ornament, or I did the pumpkin. So the lid comes off the pumpkin and it's a candy dish. And so the girls painted like pieces of candy at the bottom and the puffy paint. And every year they come out. As soon as fall comes, the pumpkin comes out. Then I turn it around where it says boo on the outside. That goes to the back until Thanksgiving's over. And then we've got the large platter where I had the girls' handprints and we made
that's so
the
special.
turkeys on it. And they each had a plate that I brought out. And this was inspired because I have a melanin. What's that plastic? What's that stuff that you used to paint when we were in the 70s?
Oh,
That's a
I
plastic
don't
plate.
remember what it's called.
But it's got
I have no idea what
it
that
has
is.
my hand outline on it and turned into a turkey from 1974.
Wow.
It was very sweet. So I pull it out every year. And then I was like, I need to have one of these for the girls. So that year we did the turkey hands and on that platter. And then for Christmas, we did the reindeer upside down, that right. Yeah, so we did the reindeer for one. And then the other one did thumbprints and created a tree with the thumbprint angel at the top. So, of course, I didn't come up with these ideas. Somebody else on Accidental Artist had the idea. But again, it's like you said, can you imagine like a first date? And then if that actually developed into something, you have this like piece of treasure.
We have people that come every anniversary and have their table where they had their first date. They reserve that table.
That's so sweet.
So
Isn't that
I
neat?
love that.
Yeah. So it's creating memories and having an experience that is what's so special about it.
Well, and also kids who need service hours. A lot of service activities went to the wayside with COVID, and a lot of these kids that kind of went into that 12, 13, 14-year-old age may not have had an opportunity. This is a great way to get the family together and go do a service project.
So how much time do people have to be able to have these done in time and painted and back to you and fired before they can actually go into the
I
rotation?
think our last day to paint is February 16th.
Okay.
And that'll give us enough time to fire it in the kiln and get it all wrapped up.
So that's still a good amount of time then. Yeah.
Yeah. And
I gotta ask, who paints all the really creative ones that look great? You have demo pieces, and I'm always like, I want to make one like that, and then I'm like, there's no way I'm not a painter or a ceramicist, so
Yeah.
I'm always like, man.
Several people, we have some really talented staff right now,
Yeah.
but we have some really talented customers too who let us display their pieces in the window. So,
Okay, yeah,
so
yeah.
some of those might be those. Yeah.
Stuff like this too. I mean, my wife is a beekeeper. I'm like, oh man, I gotta like take a picture and send it to her
Yeah.
for the next time we go.
Yeah, that's fun.
And that's just a stamp to create the bee, but we can also make custom stencils. So you can do like a sports logo or writing, and we'll make the stencil for you, and you just trace it on. And that way you can really customize it, and say your handwriting isn't really nice on its own. You can make that look really good, have it all sized correctly, and yeah, it's
That's
fun.
fun.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah.
We need to make go in there and make a Craven bowl or an in the know bowl.
Yeah.
There you go.
And in the
Yeah.
no bowl. In the no. This doesn't cut off my tongue very well. In the
Try it
no
again.
bowl. In the no bowl.
There you go. Super Bowl is better, right?
Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Come on, I'm a Super Bowl. So, there was something else I was going to say, and all of a sudden it went boop right out
Oh,
of my
that's
head.
okay. So let's do this. We got a few events happening in the community in the next
Yeah.
couple of weeks. So we're going to talk about those real quick, just kind of run through the list, and then once we get done with that, we'll just touch on empty bowls one more time before we close things out today.
And
okay?
if you think of anything else that you want to share we've missed, we'll have that opportunity at the end as well. I really like this one.
You want to hold up a bowl while I read the first one then?
I do.
Okay.
I like this one.
All right, so we've got Art Walk happening January 13th from 5 to 8 p.m. Art Walk is a fun, casual celebration of art and community in downtown New Bern, held every second Friday of each month. Yes, even in the winter. It begins at 5 p.m. and usually goes until 8. You're invited to stroll along the sidewalks, drop in on shops and galleries, and dine at one of many fine restaurants and lively taverns on your way. And while we're on that, John, is there anything you want to add to that? Because, of course,
Yeah,
you're
well,
involved with Art
That's
Walk.
the night of the throwdown that we
Yeah.
talked about.
Yeah, we're
in
gonna
the
talk about that
Super Bowl.
next.
Yeah.
But it's also, we'll be doing 30 Years Later, which is an exhibit of Jan Tokarski and, Jan Francoeur and Carol Tokarski. I smashed those two together. Who Jan was the owner of Carolina Creations and who started it. And Carol was actually the person who hired me at the Arts Council years ago
Yeah.
and was there for years. We'll also have the Craven County Schools Valentine's cards. So all the kids in the schools made Valentine's cards. They're available for purchase, $3.50 each.
And those are those a fundraiser for the art gallery or
It's
for the
for
Arts
the
Council?
schools,
For the
actually.
schools,
So we
okay,
just
yeah.
collect all that money and we give it to the teachers to help offset the cost of
Yeah.
school supplies. We provide the paper and the envelope so that
Yeah.
they're not already going into debt. And then
Yeah.
they get all that money back so that they can then hopefully get some cool supplies.
Yeah, that's great. They make some really cute little cards too. I don't know if I've seen them before, and
Yeah.
they're personalized. There's not any other one like that at all, right?
No, and as a parent, when your kid is actually participating in that, and you go like, I want to go find I want that one.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, you know, so sometimes they're gone, but
Yeah.
So-
We've already got parents who've been coming in and
Yeah.
going.
Yeah.
So if you have a kid who
get
made
there
one,
early.
we're open 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. all week, so you
Yeah.
don't have to wait for Art Walk.
Oh, that's
Okay.
good to know. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, the
So
cards
they
are
can
up.
pre-order, pre-find right now.
They can go now. Yeah, they're already up and ready.
Yeah.
So
So for those that don't know where the Bank of the Arts is,
Mm-hmm.
can you tell them?
317 Middle Street. Our building is a former bank, which is why it's called Bank of the Arts, but it is a large gray building. So if you're looking at Cal Cafe, directly to the left, right next door.
And right next door to that is where your Potter's Throwdown Empty Bowls will happen. And that's going to be the same night. Again, January 13th. Actually, it's even during the same time frame. So it's from 5 to 8. So join the Potter's Throwdown, 5:30 to 6:30, where the Potters race against the clock to create as many bowls as possible for Empty Bowls New Bern. Then enjoy the Super Bowl. 11 schools competing in a culinary competition with 3 local celebrity judges. One's a surprise. And but go down and see Chris Hovland from the Chelsea, as well as Smoke from the Flame, and he's also with Cat Ratties. So that is free and open to the public. Plus, you can get a ticket. All ticket holders may opt to select their bowl at that time and utilize the coupon for their ticket stub in lieu of attending the Soup on February 23rd event, the one that's being held at Temple Church.
Very nice.
Yes, which is, if you don't know where Temple Church is, it's also right next to our YMCA.
With that happening on the same night as Art Walk and the Throwdown, like, I would just say y'all have done such a great job of collaborating with other organizations and other events that happen to make sure that there's always something interesting happening during Art Walk. Like, if you're looking for something to do, usually it's not just one place doing something. Everybody's really aware of when Art Walk is and has things going out. So I just appreciate the efforts that y'all do for that. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's the 16th, 17th. It's like the 17th year of Art Walk.
Yeah.
And it's really been embraced. You know, we used to do it every other month. Now it's every month throughout the year. And it's just, we want to see more stuff. It's not always us doing it. But we're happy to be the center point for Art Walk and then see other things. Civic does a lot of things on Art Walk nights they've got coming up. And so, it's all about a community working together.
Trying to. Yeah. Okay, we've got the wreath retirement happening on January 14th, that's Saturday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. So you can join us for the wreath retirement and cleanup. Bring your rakes, poles, wheelbarrows, and help us pick up the wreaths. This is at the New Bern National Cemetery located at 1711 National Avenue. So if you don't know, there's photos of it there. They put wreaths out on each of the headstones out there each Christmas. But now, of course, it's time for them to gather them all up. They're put out by volunteers, and they are picked up by volunteers. So please, if you can make the time, go out and help out with that.
Very good.
Yeah.
We are going to have a club interest fair here at Craven Community College, January 17 from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's going to be in the Ward Hall. Depending on whether it might be inside or outside. So maybe you can splash your bestie in the puddle if it's raining on the way to the club.
I'm going to have to just look for a reason. Actually, if it's raining during the middle of the day, I'm going to go splash in a puddle. I'm going to have to go home because my clothes are wet. But
okay. You're gonna text me or send me a picture just because? Okay. Yeah. So come and join. Yeah, come and join us. Join a club and other students for a time to come and visit and see what kind of clubs the college has to offer. So we encourage everybody to come out and participate. Now, can I just wanting to know, is it just for students, or can staff and faculty come and maybe volunteer some of their time? Do we know that answer?
I don't know for sure, but typically student clubs have a faculty or staff advisor. So if they were looking for, trying to generate interest in trying to get a club going, they would need to connect with a staff or faculty member to help them be sort of that bridge.
I think Zanetta had some to share.
Do you have something to add to that?
So I'm in a club. I'm in a literature club, and there are faculty members in the club outside of just Dr. Saxon as the, what do you call it, Craig?
Just advisor, club advisor.
Yeah, so we have the advisor, but then we also have
some staff members that join it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so staff members are welcome to show up as well.
Okay. January 17, what day does that fall on? Do we know? Well, today's the 11th. So next Tuesday?
Tuesday. Yeah, there you go. Tuesday, January 17th.
I did math. I did it in my head. All right.
Yeah. So, we're always looking for ways to, allow our students to have fun and connect with each other.
Yeah.
And at a community college, that's not always as easy as if you're at a, university where you're in dorms and you don't get to spend as much time together. So I love that we're able to do that and let people find common interests in that way.
Yeah. And I also, if we have those creative students, the club that they are interested in having isn't there, there's probably an opportunity to talk to somebody and see how we can get it developed.
And I think that's part of what that meeting is for.
Yeah. Cool. Good.
Okay, on January 26th from 9 to 2 p.m., we will be hosting a blood drive here on the New Bern campus, and it'll be in Nauman Community Room, which is located in Ward Hall. This is sponsored by the Student Nursing Association. Staff and students are welcome to walk in and give blood, but members of the community are also welcome to come in and give blood. This is not just for our students and staff and faculty. So there's always a need, and if you are free and able, please do come down and join us for the blood drive on Thursday, January 26th.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Or if you're like me, O positive, they want you.
Yeah.
I get emails all the time.
We're on the O positive crew.
I'm the O positive.
Nice.
Yeah. They were offering for free T-shirts the other day.
Oh, were they?
Yeah.
They didn't offer me a free T-shirt.
Well,
I guess you're like really positive, right?
I'm double positive.
Yeah, I'm not as positive.
I come
for
with
them, yeah.
sparkle.
That's what it is.
When you
You're
get the-
Sparkle.
Oh,
That's your
Sparkle.
blood type. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and to share with everybody, this is
Yeah.
a group effort. We are going to have this show, the In the Know show, is going to go to a new day and time.
Mm-hmm.
So we will start that January 19th. We're also going to shorten it, and we'll go to 1 guest versus 2 guests. And so that'll be from 9 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. So starting January 19th, you're gonna find us earlier.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
Yeah, you get your day started off the right way.
We
and
do.
Just, you'll know that you should splash in a puddle at the start of the day
Exactly.
instead of in the middle of the day where it's too late now.
There you go. Yeah,
Yeah.
but it'll be fun. Do you want to share who our guests are going to be that
sure.
day?
So on that first show.
Speaking of downtown and community efforts.
Yeah, so on that first show, we're going to have Lindsay and Winnie Smith from Mitchell's Hardware. And they'll be with us to talk about the upcoming Community Fabric Award nomination. So we have the Fabric Awards every year. This is our 13th year of having them, which is a celebration of community leaders, individual leaders, business leaders, and education leaders. And so Mitchell's is a former recipient on the business side of the awards. And so they're going to come and just talk about what that means for them and why it's important to think of other members of the community to nominate for the CFAs, which those nominations are now open. So if anybody does want to nominate, they can go to our website, cravencc.edu/CFA, and the nomination form is there.
Very good.
Yeah.
And we'll talk more about the CFAs or Community Fabric Awards on the 19th as well.
Of course.
Yeah. Just
Have either one of you been to the CFAs before?
No.
No?
No, I see pictures every year and
Yeah.
follow who wins it, but yeah.
Well, speaking of the award itself, every year they have a special artist to actually create the trophy, so to speak. So they, again, try to keep it local and
They usually
engage the
come by.
artist.
Yeah, I was actually just thinking, oh man, someone's probably going to reach out soon.
Yeah.
About
Yeah, because they commission an artist to make the 3 pieces. Yeah.
Yeah, we usually try and give them advice, or we think about what's been done before, so we can do something different.
Yeah.
One of my favorites was the year you guys did Catherine Billingsley, who we had on exhibit in our gallery. But she's a textile artist, and all her stuff is rainbows. And
Okay.
So it would like fit perfectly. and
Yeah.
we were able to get them for the event in time. So
That's great.
Yeah, I would imagine that somebody will be reaching out to you soon.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
probably good to have that on your radar,
Yeah.
right? Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, because that event
Absolutely.
is in April. I don't know the exact date, but
So, can you guys think of anything else that we missed about the event that we want to touch on again?
I would just say, if you want to paint a bowl, do so soon. Get
Yeah.
down to Accidental
Yeah.
Artist. If you want to attend the event, you can buy tickets online at emptybowlsnewbern.org or cravenarts.org, or you can buy them over the phone, 252-638-2577, or in person at Bank of the Arts at 317 Middle Street.
And if they come to the Throwdown event, which is also Art Walk Evening, can they purchase them
We'll
there?
sell tickets there, yep,
Okay.
and we'll sell tickets the day of the main event at the door if we have them.
And
So
how much are the tickets?
$30 a piece.
Okay.
And that gets you your bowl and your handmade good and your 2 bowls of soup from local restaurants, or the option to use it as a coupon, whatever works for you. And I believe this year we will bring back curbside service. So I think we've got the volunteers and the manpower now to bring that back. So if you're like, oh, I don't have time to go back in, we have in the past offered to have a table outside with a selection of bowls and a runner to run and grab you soup from a list. So.
very nice.
Very good.
John, anything else coming up with Arts Council
Oh,
or the
man.
gallery that we should know about? You want to plug?
Yeah, sure. We've got a couple things. On January 19th, we'll have Little Talks, which is our informal lecture series with Jan Francor and Carol Tokarski, who I mentioned, will be speaking about their careers as artists in the non-for-profit, for-profit world, but also about their exhibit. That same night, another thing we're involved in is the Z. Smith Reynolds Inclusive Public Art Project. So Tryon Palace and us have teamed up to apply for this grant. We made it through the first round of funding, which means that we've now commissioned 3 artists, including Georgie Nakama, who was born here, and now works in Charlotte, to design a piece of public art that honors the history of free and enslaved black craftsmen in our community, especially around right before the Civil War, and how they really helped to build the town. So we're going to have a community input meeting where you can learn more about it and give feedback on the design That is the 19th at Coleman Hall at the History Center. I believe it starts at 7, but it's on Facebook's a great way to keep up with us and our events. We also, if you're an artist, we have a show. It's called Herstory or Her Story. It's kind of a play on words. So we're looking for art for February of a story about women, their personal narratives, the history of women in society, gender roles, things like that, the strength of women. So if you're an artist, check it out. It's free to apply. You get your work in our main gallery at Bank of the Arts. So that's also on our Facebook, our website, all of that.
Okay, great. We'll have to drop a link in the comments for the show today, too, so people can check that out.
Yeah.
Do you have any music events coming up? Because I know you also utilize your place for music.
We have our At the Gallery concert series, which is the music of famous singer-songwriters. So the next one will be the 21st. I had to make sure that January 21st, it'll be John Van Dyke, who's local, well-known musician. He'll be doing the music of Cat Stevens.
Okay.
So, which is should be a great show, and tickets are running low on that. So if you want them, go ahead and buy them. You can do it same way as I said before, online, over the phone, in person. But he's a great musician, and when I first heard him sing, I was like, he should do Cat Stevens. He's got the voice for it.
Yeah, he's got a great voice.
And I could just see him doing it. And after that, I think, we do them every other month, so I think we're going to have Adam Hill doing Jimi Hendrix. We'll have a group doing Fleetwood Mac. And I think that'll wrap us out in May. So yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun.
There's just so much talent in this town.
Yeah,
There really is.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Deborah, you got anything going on that we should mention and let people know?
We don't really have many events planned.
Okay.
We have been so busy that we haven't had time to plan any, so we're just doing birthday parties or group events for anyone that wants to book that, and open seating every day. We are closed on Tuesdays. That's the only day we're closed.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Fantastic.
Good to know.
Yeah, that's all for me.
How are you going to celebrate National Milk Day?
I probably won't.
But think, it's not just milk. It's not just the ultimate glass of milk. What else are we?
I will have half and half in my coffee. That's
Okay.
about as close as I'm going to get to it.
You
I'll
like
eat some
cheese? You
I'll eat
like
some
cheese?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Very
I've
good.
already had cheese twice today. I'm sure I'll have it 6 more times before the day is over with.
You could have ice cream and be like, I'm just doing it for the holiday.
Yeah,
It's just,
exactly.
for National Milk Day.
So, completely random. You ready for this? Apart from cattle, many kinds of livestock can contribute milk used by humans for dairy products.
Yeah.
You want to try to name a few?
Sheep.
What
Goat.
else? Yep. What else?
Mammals.
Yeah, but specifically.
Any mammal.
Yeah.
Technically, any mammal.
Well, for human consumption. So, buffalo,
Yeah.
camel, donkey,
What's cheese?
horse, reindeer, and yaks.
Yak's cheese?
Yak milk.
Okay.
Cheese was actually, they think, first discovered because of camel's milk. So one time I went down a rabbit hole of I was like, who came up with like moldy milk and was
Yeah.
like,
This
seems
is a good idea. Let's
So they
do
think
this more.
that they
Yeah.
stored camel's milk in a camel's stomach as a bag, and the camel's stomach contains the protein and the proper
Like the enzymes
fungus,
that
the
turns it
enzymes
into
to turn it into cheese. So they
How
think
about
that's
that?
how
Interesting.
they discovered cheese, and it went from there. So.
So Swiss cheese has holes. Camel cheese has humps, I guess.
Ah.
So you can either go in or it can go out.
Ba-boom.
Oh, would you eat cheese that had humps on it? Like
I love
imagine a
cheese.
block
I'll
of,
eat any cheese as long as it's not smoked.
If you're going to go down a rabbit hole, imagine a block of Swiss cheese
That had
okay,
bumps on it.
with all the holes in it.
Yeah.
But now imagine all those inverted holes
Or
poked out, and they're
poked
all
out.
humps.
I would still eat it.
You'd eat it.
How fun would it be to grate, too?
Yeah.
That'd be fun. It'd be fun to grate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Would you eat it, John?
I'd eat it.
Yeah. It's cheese, right?
Yeah, cheese.
Yeah. Yeah.
Goat's cheese is great, so I can't imagine camel cheese wouldn't be good.
Yeah, I bet camel cheese. I want to try yak cheese or yak ice cream.
Yes. You could probably have yak ice cream. I don't know if there's anywhere in New Bern you can have yak ice cream.
Oh, I used to have a bag. Before we all used to carry backpacks to school, I had a canvas bag, with the big heavy straps on it, and it had 3 yaks on it, and underneath the yak, yak.
Was that because you kept talking back in class?
Because I always, the only time I ever got in trouble was in school was for talking. Imagine that.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah. So, I think we're done.
I think so.
We are
I mean,
at our time.
We went down a road that led us to camel milk. So
Sorry,
I
yeah,
think we probably.
Yes, absolutely.
I love it.
I do too.
Okay.
But we will be back next week on the 19th, which will be Thursday morning. So set your timers, set your everything. Well, we'll send out reminders as well. But we will see you back here at the In the Know Studio Dark Room at Barker Hall at Craven Community College, New Bern campus.
Yep, that's right.
At
You
9
got it all.
o'clock. I got it all in there.
Yeah.
You ready?
Or they don't need to join us here on campus, though. They can just watch us online. That's fine.
No, we will. We're going to be here.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. So we are done for the week, and we'd love you guys to come back and join us next week. But in the meantime, stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy. We'll see you next time. Take care.
Bye, everybody.